Uh, Thanks everyone for coming out tonight. It's actually my privilege to share my story. It's my first time ever doing this publicly, so bear with me as I share the story. So I'll just start with my family. So my name is Andrew Balaranjan, if you don't know me. I'm actually the youngest of three siblings. I've got an older brother and older sister. So I was actually born in Jaffna, which is the north part of Sri Lanka. I'm not too sure if you're familiar with Sri Lanka. We actually had civil war since 1983, and it was only recently stopped in 2000, so we had ongoing war for about 20 odd years. So as you can imagine, the country has been through a lot. And so I just will share a little bit about the environment that I grew up in. So let me describe the environment that I grew up in. Growing up in Sri Lanka was rather tough because of internal civil war was ongoing. So we actually moved from place to place. So I actually lived with my mother and my two other siblings. So I don't actually live with my dad for many years. So most of the times, most of the houses had bunkers. So every time you get bombed, you go from place to place, so you actually go into hiding inside the bunkers, and you wouldn't know when is the next time you're going to come out, or when is the next time to come out of the bunkers and go back to your normal day-to-day life. So I still remember asking my mom, what do you do when you get bombed? And my mom always said, pray. Pray that God protects us, pray that we are safe, pray that our lives will be spared, because I've seen with my own eyes that a lot of people are being killed. And you go from, like, I even still remember standing in line for food, for a piece of bread, for a piece of dal, and you stand there and wait in line, not knowing whether you're going to get a piece of bread. Because in New Zealand you're so blessed and you are really have an opportunity to do something wonderful with your life. So many of you have great childhood memories, having birthday parties, your first and second and third and fourth birthday parties. But I don't even have a picture of my first birthday party. I don't even have a single picture. We only have one single picture with me and my brother holding each other. Other than that, when we actually first came to New Zealand, we came with a single suitcase. We had no idea what we were going to be doing in New Zealand in 1997. So let me give you a little bit of a picture on what that looks like. So we actually ended up in Colombo, which is the main city of Sri Lanka. So we didn't actually have any money to actually travel to New Zealand. So somebody actually sponsored from the Uncle Cell Group, so they actually paid for our airfares. We didn't have any money to actually come to New Zealand. So it's actually a blessing when you think about it, what the Lord has done in my life. It's not about me, it's actually about what God is actually doing in and through me, because greater is in me than he that is in this world. And so when I first came to New Zealand, we arrived with a suitcase each to Auckland. So my auntie was already here, so we actually got a house to live. And so we started our life, and I actually still remember landing in Auckland Airport. I had no friends, I had nothing. All I had was a suitcase to start my own life. And I don't even know how to speak English. I couldn't even string a sentence together. And I went to school just down the road in Selwyn College, and our parents didn't even have money to actually pay the school fees. It was really, really tough. Talk about the school of hard knocks of life, but I know God had a purpose. I know God can do the impossible through our lives, because when we position our lives in through His life, we are alive. We are actually living, because God can do the impossible. So growing up in schools, it was really hard because it was quite tough to make new friends, but I always got along really well with the islanders, because most of them are quite funny and they're all brown brothers, so they take you in without any repercussions. So we always got along quite well. But the church that I attended at that time was the Healing Christian Center, and we had local international pastors who would actually visit us on a monthly basis. That was actually a blessing, because I always looked forward to seeing them come home. It's like always put a smile on my face. It was like one thing that I always looked forward to, because they gave us TVs, they gave us clothes, they gave us a lot of things that to get us up and running, because this church is where your family is. This is where you build your community. This is where you build your life, because you care for each other. You actually live out what Jesus called us to live out, to love your neighbor. That's what St. Paul's is doing right now. It's like loving your neighbor through helping the refugees that are coming through to New Zealand. So that was one of the key things for me, was to actually be visited by a local pastor. I mean, that's only once a month. That was like, but that actually meant the world to me, because then when I even went to church on a Sunday, they would shake my hand and say hello. It's so simple. I know it's so simple, but it actually meant a lot to me because they made an effort to love on me. They made an effort to love on me because I was a stranger. I'm a stranger in this country, but God, through all these people, because God actually uses the people on skin on to love you, because I was, who am I? Because they don't know who I am, but they still took me on board and actually to share the good news of love, share the good news of what Christ has done. And they would visit me over and over and over, and eventually that actually gave me confidence to step out on my own and to start life all over again, because coming up to a country or going to a new place, not knowing what to do, you actually need the support system of others. You need the community around you to actually lift you up. You need the community around you to check up on you. You need the community around you to say that all things are possible, that you are somebody because God has created you. You are somebody. You can become somebody because you have something to offer this world. You have something, a gift to offer this world. So the thing that I'll finish off with, the project that I actually started, is called the Be Encouraged Today project. In New Zealand has got one of the highest rates for suicide, because it was the help, hope, and the compassion and the love of people that actually enabled me to be who I am. Because I'm not a self-made millionaire. Other people have been put into my life to be a better person. So that's what all of you guys are here, because you want to do something to make somebody else's life better. And so it was the hope and the courage of other people that enabled me to become who I am today. So I'm actually grateful for what other people have deposited in my heart, into my spirit, because they gave me hope, they gave me courage, they gave me grace, they gave me mercy, they gave me compassion. Because we all can talk, but until it's demonstrated through God's love, it means nothing. So I actually started this project called Be Encouraged Today. So if you have Instagram, you can go check it out. It's all one word. The whole idea behind it is essentially share hope once a day, because people need hope. People need hope to say that there's a better future, that there's a better life to go by, to know that you can do something with your life. Because I had an opportunity to be somebody, and many times even in my own life, a lot of people said, you are nobody, who are you going to be? You are like a little guy from Sri Lanka that nobody knows about. It's like a little island in the bottom of India. And so here I am, and I actually went on to study computer science at Auckland University just down the road. And I'm actually working as a senior software engineer because of the goodness of God. Because when you actually place your life in God's hands, He can do the impossible, that you are somebody, you can be somebody, even though you might start small. And it was actually the hope and encouragement of the people in the community, people in the church, people that said hello. The simple things like that make a big difference in my life, because of what they have done. That's why who I am today, because I'm actually somebody. I'm actually going forward in life, and I'm actually so grateful for the opportunity that New Zealand gave me to welcome me with open arms and say, welcome home. So thank you for listening.